quick disclaimer, this video was shot before the corona outbreak, so please have that in mind. But in the meantime, please enjoy this. After crafting my ingenuity to survive the chaotic madness of Medina, visiting a historical landmark that will take you back to thousands of years of rich history of modern land Morocco. 5 days in this bustling city of Marrakech have taught me a vital lesson of culture and globalization. Surely our world is changing drastically and humans evolving and adapting to the pace of modern technology. Today the world is in our hands and we travel from one end to the other than we can imagine. For now, I'm young with no wife or kids. I spend my time wisely exploring the world and going beyond because something inside me telling me this is my destiny. Yes, I believe in destiny, and it has led me to great things, like trying Moroccan food and exposing to the culture of Marrakech. So, this episode is dedicated to first-time traveller to Morocco, things you should expect when you visit Morocco, and how expensive is Marrakech. So, stay tuned and get ready to take your pen and paper to take some useful tips down, so when you come to this place, you will explore this place like a legend. So keep watching.
Can you hear that? Alright, so I've got my suitcase there, as you can see. So now I'm making my way back to the airport. I'm going back home. Pretty much. I've had a cracking time, great experience in this area. And this place is just always full of life. Every time you come here, you see quite a lot of people actually just gathering and then taking all this experience all in one. I'm not gonna lie to you. So now I'm making my way back to the airport. I'm going back home. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You have to come here and witness things yourself. Yes, people are gambling. You know what I mean? So it's a gamble. I don't do things like that. But as you can see, here you can find beggars, cool, nice, foreigners, snakes, horse, donkeys, the towers over there, some amazing delicious food, some nice and friendly people. Yes, the madness, guys beating drums, people wearing some funny hats, yeah, bubbles all around. Okay, I think I've seen it all. Yes, I think I've seen it all. Okay, now I'm gonna get some food before I head to the airport. I've got to say goodbye Marrakech, Morocco. Not everyone here is just comers. There's some nice people around here, but sometimes it can be hard to find. I think if you go to the other part of Morocco, you might experience something different. So during my 5 days here, I've got to say I've seen a lot and I've learned a lot and I've met some interesting people. I highly recommend you come and check it out as well. Okay, made it back to the airport, and now I'm gonna have to head now. See that guy, that driver there was the worst. You see Marrakech, like taxi driver, they're not honest. This is a very let down, man. This is the airport. Right, these people are proper scammers, man, so I don't trust these guys. They are proper scammers. So anyways, this video, to stay on the positive side, I think I need to help some people out here as well. So how expensive is Marrakech? My. Where should I start? Literally, where should I start, man? So as you can see behind me, I'm at the airport. Yeah, I showed this as well. Literally, the taxi driver wasn't too honest with me. Literally, this guy picked me up at the main square in Medina. So that is where a lot of things happen. So picked me up there, and then I got into his taxi and he charged me about, let's say, 70, it started from 70, and then it just kept going up, right? And then when I told him I'm going to the airport, I mentioned that before I entered into the taxi. I said, you know what, I'm going to the airport, and then he was like, okay, 70. And then when I sat down and the door is shut, and then he said like 150. So no negotiation. So that's the fixed price, and I got no problem with that. At least it should have been a little bit honest. And the thing is, like, even when I was in the taxi, the guy can't stop talking. I just kept talking and talking shit. And the thing is, like, I got nothing against Moroccans, but the taxi drivers in this place are ruthless, man. So like, if you don't man up, and then of course they're gonna see through you, so they're gonna hustle you big time. So anyways, this is the first time making a video like this, talking about how expensive it is, right? In Marrakech. So how expensive it is. I spent about 5 days. I should have made a video there, but you know what, I got a little bit tired, and you know what I mean, tired of all the hustling and bustling there, because like when you get to downtown, it's just like people, you know what I mean, just hustling you, they're hustling you constantly. It might not be the case if you go to other part of Morocco. So pretty much, right, I'm gonna start with the most expensive things. Like, I think here is going to be the taxi, man. So yeah, the taxi, do not overpay, right? So if you're going to get into a taxi from the airport here, you want to get to the main Medina Square, I highly recommend, before you enter into the taxi, negotiate. So here at the airport here, basically, so as soon as if you arrive, you touch down, you're going through immigration, you get outside, there'll be a guy waiting for you to take you to the taxi, and then you have to tip that guy. I'm stressing, I'm spending enough time on this. I want to clarify, I want to make things clear. When you come here, please don't be soft with the taxi driver. Negotiate, right? Expect to pay, at least I highly recommend you pay maybe, let's say, 150 dirham. It's about 12 pounds, right? Which is, for me, I think that is pretty expensive. For me, when I touch down in London Heathrow, I'm coming from other countries, yeah? Normally I would just take the train, because here they haven't got a train, which cost about, from London, when I touched down to get to London Central, it cost about £3 on the train. Yeah, I don't care how long that thing would take, man. I'm on a budget, I'm a budget traveller. But here in Morocco, you have no option, take the taxi. That is the best way to get to your destination. So that is the main thing I want to stress on. So let me just move on to something else, right? So in terms of food, like, food is relatively cheap here in Marrakech, man. Literally, Morocco is a very cheap country. It's a tall country. So here they accept euro. If you got a euro, I think they accept that. I'm pretty sure they do accept that. So, but I don't use euro, I use the British pound. So yeah, and if you want to get some, let's say, fast food during the lunch times, that's exactly what I got before I get to the airport. So expect to pay about 25 a proper meal. It's a chicken on a fry, and of course you got rice, you got a little bit of siding thing on the side there. I think that is a good price, man. It's very cheap, relatively cheap, and the thing is, it's very yummy, it's very tasty. Oh yeah, tasty. So when it comes here into Morocco, if you want to eat at a fancy restaurant at night, they've got street food market. If you want to stay on a street food, or if you want to stay in the fancy side, like a restaurant, proper restaurant, then expect to pay about 70 dirham for a dinner. So which is, I don't know how much that is add up to the British pound. So I would say it's not expensive. To me, everything here is pretty, let's say, it's budget friendly for me. But the thing is, like, when you get into the alleyways and you're buying some stuff like in downtown, let's say the main square, the marketplace, so yeah, like I would have said, you negotiate. So expect to pay for a little souvenir, something like that, like a lamp, or like, let's say, a gel or oil. Expect to pay around, let's say, 20, 25, 30. It depends on the size and the quantity as well. So and that way I think things are proper cheap, man. If you want to go for, like, let's say handmade stuff like bags, shoes and stuff like that, I think that's going to cost you a bit more, maybe like 50, starting from 50 upwards to 100 dirham. In terms of, like, if you're thirsty, you want to buy some water is about, let's say, 6 dirham. Yeah, I hope I'm saying the currency name properly, right? Yeah, so anyways, let me just give a quick tip, right? So when you come to Marrakech, especially if you're staying in the main Medina Square where there's a lot of things happening, yeah, literally expect to get a hustle. Expect someone to boggling you all the time, right? Just coming up to you and asking you for a little penny or stuff like that. So, and yeah, it's kind of be rough. They love their bread, you know what I mean? So literally the bread's quite nice though, to be honest. Sometimes it's a little bit dry, so you need a gravy to spice things up, to make things a little bit soggy and, you know what I mean, so tasty and stuff like that. So I love it, absolutely love it. So in the street food, yeah, it's so cheap. I highly recommend, if you're coming to Marrakech, I highly recommend you bloody try the street food, right? In terms of accommodation, because that is another important thing, because without your accommodation, where are you going to sleep? You're going to sleep on the street, right? You don't want that, because it can get a little bit chilly if you visit Morocco during January until February. Yeah, it's a little bit chilly, man, but you know what I mean. But anyways, in terms of accommodation, I highly recommend you book your accommodation in advance and stay at a hostel, because it's much fun, especially if you're traveling by yourself as a sole traveler, and that way you can meet other people from all walks of life, and you can, yeah, you don't want to feel lonely, you know what I mean? So you don't want to feel lonely, so that's right. So pretty much, yeah, I've talked about accommodation, transportation, and then trying some food and stuff like that. I think that's it. I think I smashed it, right? I smashed it, baby. So now I'm just gonna go inside there and wait, because my flight is a bit late, yeah. So yeah, I've got a bit of wait, so that's the reason why I've all the privilege to spend enough time here at this stunning airport. Morocco, I love you, but sometimes I've got to be honest, right? So because being honest, I think, is the way forward, because what I do, this thing is my hobby. I want to say the right thing, accurate information out there, so when you come here, you're not going to be disappointed. So if you find this video any helpful, then please slap a like, subscribe to this channel, and I'll catch you in the next episode of The Underline. So yeah, I think my time now has arrived, so let's go. Let's go. Right, goodbye Morocco. Till we meet again, right? Till we meet again. That's why all the little scammers. Bloody you! Anyways, I'm gonna switch off my camera now because I'm going through security. So I'm going through gate entrance 3. So that's it.